everybody. Hey, thanks for coming tonight for the Platform 31's first comedy night. Can't believe I'm going to be the first one you have. You guys are out of fucking luck on that one. So I'd like to start off by telling a little bit about myself at first. A lot of people don't know this. I'm a squirter. So my wife and I, we sit in the basement and we just sit next to each other. We have cocktails and we talk. And this is just some of the crazy shit that we come up with and we think about. She should be up here. She's like one of the funniest fucking people I ever met. So I'm going to start off with, I slept with two girls named Rachel, and I think that made me biracial. I slept with two girls named Chandra. That was a double on Chandra. I slept with two girls named Karen. For some reason, they wanted to speak to the manager after that. I slept with two girls named Lisa. That was awesome. So I was thinking about extra virgin olive oil, and I'm thinking, God, how ugly do these olives have to be? So, I mean, you never heard of just the tip olive oil, or you can get just fucked olive oil, but you can only get that at Popeyes. Just thoughts, things I'm thinking about. Let's see what else we got here. They always say that like big feet equals like a big penis, and I was thinking that Bozo must have slayed some mad ass. No wonder girls are afraid of clowns. Sometimes, not all of them, just a couple. So my wife gets moody when I get drunk, and they keep saying to me things like, you have a problem drinking, and I'm like, I do not have a problem drinking. Why does everybody keep saying this? Like, if it's so bad for me, then why do I quit shaking when I drink it, huh? Smart asses. Look at that, I'm nervous, I'm even fucking shaking. So I see like, it's an old movie. They remade it, but it was called Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. And there's like a guy, he's like down below, and the girl's like, she's wearing a dress, and he's like down below like, ah! Oh, there it is. Now I get it. Yeah, exactly. I fucking missed that joke, so I'm not going back to it. All right, this is the one I haven't been on stage in like 20 years. This is I took like a 20-year hiatus until these nice folks asked me to come up and host and do some stand-up. So mine's not going to be real long. But it's fun. I was thinking like, what if Dr. Seuss was a lesbian? And so I kind of came up with, I do not like big cock and balls. I do not like them, not at all. I do not like them with a goat. I do not like them in my throat. I do not like them with. I do not like them in the grass. I do not like them in my ass. I do not like them in a hurry. I do not like them in my furry. I do not like them with some ham. I do not like them in my clam. I do not like them here. I do not like them there. I do not like them anywhere, Pam, I am. Thank you. Tell you, this is the shit we just talk about. She's like, you're a fucking idiot. I'm like, I know. You fucking married me. It's not my fault. So I'm a big movie watcher, and I love movies. But everybody kind of has like the same dialect, like in a movie. It's just a regular, even dialect. And I was thinking, like, what if they took a Minnesota accent and added it to these movies? Like, would it change the feeling of it? Like, hey, Luke, I'm your father, and you should join the dark side. You don't know the Emperor. He's a good guy. He's going to bring you. We can bring balance to the Force. That's what we could do. Join me. So, let's do some Shakespeare. I know him, Horatio. He was a fellow of infinite jest. How many times he bore me on his back, I know not. How many times I have kissed these lips? How where be your jibes now? All right, I should have closed with the fucking lesbian thing. My wife's friend's stepfather was a state policeman, and this is fucking crazy. And they were chasing this guy, and he jumped in the river, and like all the cops are like there, they're just waiting. Like the only thing he can do is swim back, you know. And before he gets to the edge of the river, he screams out. He goes, "Don't shoot! I got pussy on my face." I'm just thinking about the lawyer that's defending this guy. The fuck is that? I'm gonna do that during your set. I'm gonna open it back up. So I'm just thinking of the lawyer. He's like, "Now, Your Honor, I might just be a small town lawyer, but you cannot deny the fact that my client had pussy on his face." Yeah, that was it. All right. So my mom died. That's not the funny part. So she was fucking something else. This woman smoked professionally she died at 75, so she'd been smoking 70 years. This is nuts. She would light a cigarette going into a drive-through car wash, like just hotbox the whole fucking car, you know. And me, luckily, I had asthma. You just wonder where you get this shit, right? Jeans or something sometimes. She was like, this is back in the 80s. Like literally, like you could smoke in a McDonald's and in a hospital next to your son that's in an oxygen tent. So she said, the nurse comes in, looks at her, goes, "Oh my God!" She said, "Put that out." Because he's right next to my oxygen. And she looks at the nurse, pissed off, puts it out. That was it. Well, she did buy life insurance, but it was like only for cancer. Turns out she died from COPD. So, but in her defense, she had a 50-50 shot. You know, it's like, like it's gonna be one or the other, you know, right? So I'm just like thinking I'm standing at a craps table going, "Come on, cancer!" Fuck. All right, moving on. So my uncle died. That's not the funny part. No, we do like the funerals in my family. Like there's always something that goes on. Like my uncle's granddaughter, she was a stripper, and she showed up a little late to the funeral, and I didn't know that like during intermission that you could do a wardrobe change at a funeral, but you can. But in her defense, those heels were fabulous. They were nice. So at my mom's. Now this is no kidding. We're standing there, and we're at the gravesite, and the preacher's talking. His name's Mike. He's an old friend of the family. He's just a beautiful speaker, and he's doing this, and somebody farted, and not a. I mean a. And we're all just. I have no reaction, and I'm standing there. And the funeral gets done, we get in the car, me and my wife are driving, and it's about 5 minutes later when she goes, "Did you hear Bill fart?" Yeah. So, yeah. We left my dad's ashes we left my dad at the cemetery. He was cremated, and we're all back at the wake, and everybody's talking, and somebody said, "Where's John?" We actually left my dad at the fucking cemetery. Like his urn's just there all by itself. So let's see. Okay, that wasn't so good. All right, well, moving on. My uncle, he was just a unique guy, and down in where I come from, up until like last year, you could still smoke in a bar. And anytime, they see like the reporter, the state person come walking up because they had windows, they could see him, they just ditch away all the ashtrays. Well, my uncle was deaf, stone fucking deaf. And he would sit there and he'd watch TV up like this, and the door is back behind him, like this is. And he'd be smoking. And you ever get that feeling, like somebody's kind of behind you, And he's smoking, he gets that feeling, he turns around, he looks at her. And again, he's deaf, so he says, "Are you the smoking snitch?" He goes, yeah. And he goes up to the bartender. Bartender goes, "He's a little odd. We just kind of let him do whatever he wants, He'll go away, but, he's deaf. He has all these problems." And she's like, "Well, yeah, I get it. Everybody has that guy in the bar." And then so he's still sitting there, and he's watching his TV, and she goes off like this. He's sitting there, and she's about to walk out the door, and he goes, "She had a fat ass." Here's your ticket. He was a unique guy. He really was. Yeah, he would show up at weddings in cutoffs in a jean vest. Like he was just fucking different. Carrying a beer every time. Let's see what else we got here. All right, I'm just gonna close it out with this one. My wife. I talked about my wife. How funny my wife. Oh, you know what? No, I'm not. Did you know that there is SpongeBob porn? No shit. This is a thing. I never seen it, but I heard about it, and I thought, I have questions. Like, which hole is out of bounds? Did he hit Patrick Starfish? Is he a bikini top or a bikini bottom? Does Plankton scream out, "I'm gonna come"? All right. And I'll close it out with this. My wife and I were sitting down in the basement like we always do, and we were watching the commercial for The Golden Bachelor came on. And she turns and looks at me and she goes, "I'd suck the 401k right out of that man." 401k. So, all right. Hey, guys, Jeremiah will be up here before too long. Thank you for laughing at me. I appreciate it. And thanks. Have a good night. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, we're laughing at you, not with you.
I appreciate that.